Hello everybody. Sorry I've been gone for so long.
Hello ladies and genitals. Today we're going to be talking about Colleen Ballinger, because she's back, and properly back. She's posted a video titled Fall Vlog, and now she has returned to daily vlogging. But she has addressed that video where she strums some strings and apologises for things. Well, not really apologising. And when I'm saying things, I mean alleged grooming, alleged porn distribution to minors. You know, all round lovely person. But let's have a dive into this new brand or new era of content, shall we?
Hello everybody. Sorry I've been gone for so long. I've really missed this. I've missed talking to everyone every single day. Obviously, the last video that I posted on here, it's really embarrassing, to say the least.
Yeah, a little bit embarrassing, and when I say little, I mean very embarrassing. Out of curiosity, when you say you're missing talking to everybody every day, do you mean the group chats that you had with people who were quite young? Very young. I think that should have been made just a little bit clearer. But from the first 15 seconds, at least we can see there is no ukulele. And that would have been too far, Colleen. Not that you have never gone too far before.
I was being accused of some pretty awful things and I just was mad, and I should have handled that situation with maturity and empathy, but instead I just let my ego take over, and I'm really disappointed in myself.
Now, in all honesty, I'm not defending her, but for me, a big issue I had, there's many issues everyone had with that little strumming the ukulele video, but one of the big issues, I think, for a lot of people, myself included, was the lack of empathy. I just never understand how you could be accused of such heinous acts and your idea to respond is to burst into song. Like those people who've been affected, you know, they could potentially have, you know, lifelong scars mentally. Like all those people who were brave enough to come forward about their involvement or like the effect it had on them. You cannot just disregard their feelings, especially in the manner in which she went about it, because it's honestly sickening. Like, I know everybody knows about the previous video. I don't want to keep going on about it, because at the end of the day, we are here to talk about this new one, this new apology, so to speak. But I suppose I'm kind of glad she addressed the lack of empathy. Not that it makes it right, but what I'm, a bit, intrigued about is why the video is still up in the first place. Like she said, she's embarrassed by the video. I've made some videos I'm embarrassed about in the past where I was playing FIFA, and it was just a bit cringe. Not that I'm saying people playing FIFA's cringe, just my videos were cringe. But yeah, they were slightly embarrassing, so I removed them. Not that, these two things are comparable, because there's extremely different, deliveries and whole concepts behind these videos. Mine was controlling pixels on a screen, hers was allegedly controlling teens. Slight contrast, bit of a difference. But one thing I noticed when I was reading the comments of this video, because I'll be honest, that's where I sprinted to first, they all just kind of seem to forget there are genuine victims amongst all of this mess. People were exposed to things which they were far too young to even comprehend. And then you get comments like this: "Glad to have you back, girl. Hope you are doing okay." All that stuff was blown so out of proportion. There's a lot of us here that understand all of the context of the situations and know your true intentions. We've missed you. Please discuss the context surrounding describing the scent of your lady area, in front of an audience full of children. And please do explain the context behind getting children on stage and making them put their hands down your pants. I don't see the context. I'm struggling, so please do feel free to inform me. Because I hate it when that sort of stuff gets blown out of proportion. Gosh, I hate it. Don't we all, guys? Don't we all?
Here's what I want to say today. Over the last 15 years of my career, there have been moments where I was immature and inappropriate with some of my comedy. And there were times when I did not put enough thought into some of my fan interactions. And because of that behavior, people got hurt.
When I say I've been immature, it's because I've been making silly noises or throwing a chip at my friend on a night out. Nothing incriminating, because I pick the chip up afterwards when it hits the floor, because litter bugs me. But one thing I do want to talk about is, feeling sorry for the parents involved in all of this. Like, imagine you've trusted someone who is described to you as like a celebrity, a public figure. You've trusted your child in their care, and then you hear about the stuff that's happened, you're devastated. You're absolutely You're crushed. Not only have you had to endure a song almost feeling like it's mocking the scenario, mocking what your child has gone through, and then you hear her say, "Oh, I was just immature. I just didn't think." It doesn't make it much better, does it? Well, I think, to be honest, in fact, it makes it worse. I think I'd feel insulted.
People got hurt, and I am so sorry. I never wanted to hurt anybody, but it's clear that I did, and I feel so terrible about that. I also feel like there's probably people who are disappointed or feel abandoned by me because of my silence.
Well, hey, self-awareness. It's only taken 4 months. Doesn't make it any better though, does it? I think you probably should have done that earlier, rather than go, I didn't do anything wrong. But you could say some of these things, they take time. You could say they take baby steps. Touchy subject.
I do not expect anyone to welcome me back with open arms. I don't expect to change anyone's mind with this video. I just wanted to come on here and say that I'm sorry, and I wanted to try to show people that it's possible for someone to grow and learn and be better after making mistakes many, many years ago. So that's what I'm going to do.
Well, okay, I have a couple of things that I want to talk about here. I'm still appalled by your reaction. That, although you've tried to address it, was fairly weak. I sound like a broken record, but it still feels like there is a clear disregard for the victims, and it still doesn't even feel like full accountability is being taken. I just worry that if you don't take accountability, like, fully, then it still kind of feels like, that sort of acceptance, the responsibility, the accountability, it's kind of being deflected. And, there's some people who have had some extremely unpleasant experiences under your power, your influence, and your guidance. Because at the end of the day, if you are someone who is a sort of like a high-up figure for these children, they are kind of in your guidance. They're kind of trusted with you. Now, another thing, that video was longer than 8 minutes, so that means it is eligible to run mid-roll adverts, which would mean per 1,000 views, Colleen would have got a certain amount of money. The video got 16 million, so that's a lot. So if this video was monetized, and you did make lots of money from this video, maybe consider giving that money to charities who would, support children and aid people who have been victims of the sort of things you've done to individuals. I guess what I'm trying to say is give that money back, give it to a good use. But if it's not monetized, what about the Netflix shows? Because we all know stuff went down there. Because it's all well and good, apologizing, saying you're sorry, being like, I shouldn't have done what I did. Mainly addressing the ukulele video, not really what you've done. But let's be honest, all that's happened is you've gone back to just making the videos you're already making. Which means you are still using your platform that you've used before to profit from ill-gotten gains. There's no repercussions. There is zero repercussions. And there is a sad inevitability about, these content creators. Unless they get their channels terminated, then they will just come back and they will just continue to make money from a platform which they have used for the wrong reasons. And I think we all know a lot of YouTubers make quite a lot of money. The sort of views that Colleen would get, I'm sure she is a wealthy lady. So she's going to continue to live that lifestyle and not really have any sort of real understanding of the people that she's affected. And I'm not sitting here saying people cannot learn from their mistakes, because, it's good to learn, it's good to be called out for something and then learn from it. But these sorts of things, they're crimes. And the fact that someone can just go quiet for 4 months, like, not a lot of people can take that sort of time off work. But the fact that they can just jump back into it and just make profit and just crack on like nothing happened, it just doesn't sit right. And she has plenty of people supporting her in her comments, telling her that she's in the right. She went away for a bit, so now it's all good. Now we're all fine. Don't worry about what you did. Because you went away. And I guess the reason that she's in this position, this financial position, is because of all the people that supported her over the years. Watched her videos, which got her the influence to have a Netflix show, which would have paid quite a lot, I'm sure. And then all of that was just used for bad stuff. And I guess I just get pissed off when people do wrong so clearly in the public eye and that affect the people that grew them, and then just nothing happens. There's no repercussions. Like, what lesson does that teach?
And thank you for listening, and thank you to anyone who supported me in any capacity over the last 15 years. I've really, really appreciated it. But yeah, let's get started with the day and see what happens, I guess. I honestly do not know how to transition from this conversation into a vlog, but
I don't think you should. Because it's not like you just said a couple of naughty words that haven't aged very well. The things that you're being accused of are crimes. The stuff that's allegedly happened in this creator's past, it's just not something you can gloss over. Because there's genuine victims of this, and if this was just an average Joe on the street that doesn't have power, money, fame, they'd be behind bars.
I do think there's some footage of me down at the creek. If I find it, I'll put it in.
What am I seeing? Ah yes, films on rocks and a tree. After everything that's gone on, this is the outcome. This is what we are blessed with. But I guess a summary of this video is that people do bad shit and they get away with it. It just seems to keep happening all the time. I haven't covered all of the things that Colleen's been accused of in the past, but I think most of us know now everything, whether she will admit to it or not, because she clearly has a lot of brain dead fans who decide to carry on supporting her. Why are you doing that? Like, why? Like, I don't know what more I can really say about this, because I don't want to show you guys her just holding eggs from her chickens. That's great fun, isn't it? But yes, I am intrigued to see your guys' reaction to this. You know, intrigued to see all of your thoughts you have on this topic. Please do feel free to leave them in the comment section down below. But yeah, I hope you did enjoy watching this video. Please feel free to like and subscribe. Subscribing is completely free, and you can always unsubscribe at any moment if you get sick of the sight of my stupid ugly face. And yeah, cheers. Bye.